My baby has not eaten in 2 hours. That is why I'm on my way to my second job tonight, because it is my responsibility to make sure that he eats, not the U.S. taxpayers. I am responsible for keeping him fed and clothed.
I'm stitching this because y'all need to see what's happening right now. A nurse, yes, a whole RN, got online and thought it was cute to mock people on SNAP benefits. Like, really? As if being poor is a personal failure? Her name's Tina Coleman, a registered nurse at Crenshaw Community Hospital in Laverne, Alabama. And she decided to go online and belittle people who rely on public assistance, the same people nurses are supposed to care for every single day. And let me just say this, when you mock people for struggling, you're not showing strength, you're showing cruelty. This kind of attitude makes the whole profession look bad. We've seen too much bullying, discrimination, and classism in healthcare, and it's time for accountability. Because when you humiliate the vulnerable, you don't represent nursing, you disgrace it.
I'm stitching this because people need to see what's happening in real time. When a nurse publicly mocks people receiving SNAP benefits as if poverty is a personal failure. So this nurse, who identifies as Tina Coleman, an RN at Crenshaw Community Hospital in Laverne, Alabama, thought it was appropriate to belittle people who rely on public assistance, many of whom are the same patients we care for every day. So I'm going to let you see the clip.
My baby has not eaten in 2 hours. That is why I'm on my way to my second job tonight, because it is my responsibility to make sure that he eats, not the U.S. taxpayers. I am responsible for keeping him fed and clothed.
So this is the ugly side of nursing culture we don't talk about enough. The performative, I work 2 jobs pride that disguises contempt for the poor. Nursing isn't about judging who's worthy of help. It's about care, equity, and humanity. And we've seen too many stories of bullying, discrimination, and classism in this field. It is time for accountability. The profession needs to study it, name it, and root it out. Because when you humiliate the vulnerable, you do not represent nursing. You absolutely disgrace it.
You know what's really scary is healthcare workers who are MAGA. This woman in particular is making fun of SNAP recipients. And what she does is she's like, I'm responsible for the clothing and feeding, la la, and she brings out her dog. She apparently, from looking at her page, is a registered nurse, I think in Alabama, red state. And to have somebody who is a healthcare provider who has so little compassion and in fact has contempt for people who are on public assistance is just frightening. We already talk about what does unconscious bias do to people. And when somebody has your literal health and welfare in their hands, and they are sitting here in work clothes, making these kinds of videos, literally making fun of people who are on public assistance, that's frightening. Does anybody know who this is? She has her information pretty public, but as you can imagine, it's not stitchable.
What's up everyone? Welcome to Lucas Tech. Today's story is both shocking and sad because it is about a nurse from Alabama who decided to go online and mock people who need food assistance. All while wearing her scrubs. She identified herself as Tina Coleman, RN, working at Crenshaw Community Hospital, Alabama. And now her post is blowing up for all wrong reasons. People are saying this is not what nursing stands for. It is unethical, inhumane, and dangerous to the public image of healthcare professional. Let's break it down, because compassion is not option. It is in healthcare.
Have you heard about that nurse who decided to come on Beyonce's internet and make fun of people starving because they lost their SNAP benefits?
My baby has not eaten in 2 hours. That is why I'm on my way to my second job tonight, because it is my responsibility to make sure that he eats, not the U.S. taxpayers. I am responsible for keeping him fed and clothed.
Allegedly, she lost her job. I don't agree with that, though. I don't think she should have lost her job. I think she should lose her nursing license, period. No one who acts like that should have another person's life in their hands. They shouldn't be mildly inconvenienced for a month or two. Nurses can get another job like this. We know this. That is not enough of a punishment when they show blatant disregard for human life, for human suffering. If you didn't care about a person losing their SNAP benefits, then we don't care about you losing your livelihood. People can starve, then you cannot get paid. Then you could have to start all over again financially. Being a nurse is not a right, it is a privilege. And when you show that you're not worthy of that privilege, it should be taken away.
My baby has not eaten in 2 hours. That is why I'm on my way to my second job tonight, because it is my responsibility to make sure that he eats, not the U.S. taxpayers. I am responsible for keeping him fed and clothed.
You know, it always amazes me how much people want to go viral so much that they're willing to risk everything they have to do it. Because you came on the internet and you mocked an entire group of people, like millions of people that need help every single day, putting basic food on their table, feeding their kids, meeting life's most basic necessities, and you're a nurse. Did you know that you have ethics that you are required to live under? And I don't know how it works, you swear an oath or whatever, but there are some ethics that you live under as a nurse. And here they are, Provision 1, the nurse practices with compassion and respect for the inherent dignity, worth, and unique attributes of every person. You literally have ethics as a nurse that you swear to that includes all of this stuff right here. And when you come on the internet and you mock humanity, you are directly breaking this. I wonder if your hospital has something similar in their mission statement. Oh, look at that. They do. The mission of blank hospital to care for our community by improving the health and well-being of the people we serve, regardless of their economic or social status, by providing healthcare, disease prevention, and health education services, regardless of their economic or social status. I don't think your hospital agrees with you. Now, look, your secret's safe with me. I don't go that far. If you're going to come on the internet and mock people who need help, who actually work, in many cases, 2 jobs to be able to feed their kids, you're breaking multiple guidelines here. Just wanted you to know that this is not hard. Anyway, I hope you care for your patients that come through your doors more than what you portray on the internet, because I don't think that your employer would really appreciate this, your internet presence and the way that you handle yourself. I'm just taking a...
What really happened, Tina Coleman went viral after posting a rat mocking people who use SNAP benefits, also known as food stamps. So, she was wearing her hospital uniform, proudly showing her name and working place. That was made people furious. Thousands of comments poured in, calling her out for being unprofessional and cruel, especially at the time when the many families are struggling to afford groceries. One viral comment summed it is perfectly. This is not nursing mocking people for needing food assistance, wearing scrubs in unethical and inhuman and dangerous to people image of profession. And it is true healthcare workers are trust to care, not to judge. Yeah. People have now targeted that hospital, demanding they take stand and review on her behavior. People, they're still waiting what this hospital is about to do. They comment about the reader of the hospital. So we got more video like this. Let's watch them. I come back with a comment.
My baby has not eaten in 2 hours. That is why I'm on my way to my second job tonight, because it is my responsibility to make sure that he eats, not the U.S. taxpayers. I am responsible for keeping him fed and clothed.
She posted a video mocking people on SNAP benefits, like she's above it all. But here's the twist. She also has a GoFundMe asking for $46,000 for her mother and a grandchild with a serious health condition, meaning at any moment she or her family could be the ones on SNAP. Yet she's publicly shaming people who rely on it. And get this, she became a nurse We know that getting a nursing degree often involves student aid, Pell Grants, loans, maybe even SNAP eligibility at some point, so to mock others while benefiting from the system, it screams hypocrisy. When you're in the caring profession, you're supposed to uplift folks, not shame them. If you're going to wear that uniform, you better carry some empathy. Because right now, it looks like this lady chose judgment over care, and that's unacceptable. If this is how you talk about patients or people in need, maybe this job isn't really for you.
By now, most of you have seen the video of the nurse out of Alabama that mocked individuals that receive SNAP benefits. And she also made another video talking about, as always, the internet does what it does best. They found Miss Coleman. They found out that she resided in Alabama and worked at Crenshaw Community Hospital. Many people reported her to the Alabama Board of Nursing, and of course, many people called Crenshaw. Well, Crenshaw put out a statement. It says, "We are aware of the video circulating online and we take this matter seriously. The views expressed in this video do not reflect the values or mission of our organization." Y'all, that is a stand-up hospital, in my opinion. They addressed the situation right away. They did what they needed to do. As far as the Alabama Board of Nursing, I cannot find Miss Coleman in their registry anymore, so I'm not sure if that means that she's lost her license or what. But I will say, you cannot mock people for their situation, because you may very well find yourself in that same situation. You've got to stay humble. Anyway, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in my comments.
Let's be honest. Times are tough. Prices keep going up. Millions depending on food stamp to survive. For a nurse to laugh at that, that's not professional. Wearing compassion as uniform. Being a nurse is not about job. It is according to care. You can't treat patient with kindness, but they and shame struggling family online by night. This moment is a reminder that every word we post online reflects who we are, especially in a professional built on trust and empathy. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you liked today's video. See you on another one. I love you guys.